Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today we are doing my next deck of panning episode. This is a game to get some use out of the products that are in your collection. It was created by the wonderful Emily and Max here on YouTube. I will have her channel linked down in the description box, as well as some other players on the playlist that do this as well. So if you're interested in deck of panning, all the information as well as the links to the spreadsheet and the rules will be located down in my description box, and the playlist and Emily's channel, of course, her introduction video. But what you need to play this is a deck of cards with one joker and then just some products in your makeup category. So, or beauty, I guess. You can pick a little bit of everything. So, with that said, for those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. I also work in the beauty industry as a field leader for Ulta Beauty. I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education here on my platform, but ultimately I'm just out here because I like talking about makeup. I'm assuming if you're here, you also like to talk about makeup, or at the very least, you like listening to somebody talk about makeup, and I hope that you find what you're looking for in my channel, because I would love to welcome you into my YouTube fam. I hope that you want to subscribe before you go, and with that said, let's roll into this deck of panning episode for April. Alright, friends, so if you're unfamiliar with this project, it started in January. It was created by Emily and Max, and she took inspiration from a BookTube channel, Books with Maddie, and created what Maddie had going on her BookTube channel, a game of sorts on Maddie's channel, and re-envisioned it for the beauty community. Emily is an amazing content creator here on this platform who has come up with multiple ideas that a lot of us are like piggybacking off of to like get use out of our products. This project for me is a game as it's intended to be. And that game is so that I get more use out of products that are in my collection. Whereas I have my Project 10 pan, my rolling 10 pan, that is about total completion of product. This one is more centered around how many uses can I get out of a product. Every month, Emily randomizes a game board. This is last month's game board that we were working on. And you pick 5 products. I currently have 6 products in the mix because I picked an extra product. I have some rules established for myself in which if I don't pick a card, because I didn't use up a product or whatever, or get the usage out of it that I intended, then I do pick an extra product. I do believe that that is how I ended up with 6 products. I cannot wholeheartedly remember, but I will go ahead and link my playlist down in the description box. But there is also the playlist for all the other content creators here on this platform that are doing this. I'm going to go first through the products that I rolled in last month or had still going last month and kind of walk through those with you. Let me pull up my spreadsheet really quick. I have all of mine listed on a spreadsheet, so it's easy to remember. I don't have to worry about all the things. First product was pulled in February for the 9 of Hearts. And the 9 of Hearts at that time was Matchas Shirt. And at that time I was wearing a sheer, like olive green colored shirt that is one of my favorite shirts, honestly, but it needs to be trashed because it's so dang old. For that, I picked out the Il Makiage Single Shadow in the shade Jackpot, and I dedicated 15 uses to this product. When I ended my February tracking and rolled into my March deck of panning, I still needed to use this 8 times, and I have completed those 8 times. as of today. It is kind of tapped onto the outer corner of my eye look because I realized I still needed to use it one more time, and I was not going to pull this into another month of deck of panning with only one more use left. So I did tap it on to this eye look today. It is in this eye look today, and therefore I have completed this product as it pertains to deck of panning. The second one was 9 of Diamonds, which at that point in time was kids or pet pick. And my pet is like 900 years old and doesn't want anything to do with me most of the time. So I went ahead and grabbed my youngest daughter, who picked out this. This is the Clinique Pop lipstick in Bear Pop. It's a beautiful, beautiful lipstick. We chose 15 uses on this. Again, 15 uses is kind of like my number of choice unless something else comes up. I did use this a good 9 times through the month of February, but when March came around, I still had some usage to go, so I needed 6 more uses. I did use it 7 more times, and I did end up using it as a blush for the latter part of those usages, because I'm sure that you guys can see what's going on my lips here. I got sick. I got sick in Vegas, like real sick, and for me, I either am not sick or I am on my deathbed sick. And when I am on my deathbed sick, my lips decide to get so chapped and cracked and bleed and all the things, which is fantastic. So my lips look pretty haggard today, so I haven't been wearing lipstick. But to get the remainder usage out of this that I needed to, I did use this 4 times as a blush to complete the 6 uses that I needed to. I actually ended up using this 7 more times, so that also is coming out of deck of panning. Super excited about that. Then for March, I was able to pick 4 new cards, and my 4 new cards were the 5 of Spades, which was pick your own space, and I picked Fave Brand. And for Fave Brand, I picked the Natasha Denona because Natasha Denona is my fave brand. Tan Bronze and Glow palette. And I said that I was going to use each one of these pans 5 times. And I actually used the bronzer 9 times, but everything else in here I did use 5 times. It's gotten more usage out of it than it has since I brought it into my collection originally. What I did realize throughout this process also is this is really, really deep. This is probably not my tone of shades that I need for my skin. I mean, I think it could probably work during the summertime, but that's so deep, right? So I did wear that as an eye gloss a couple of times, and I actually quite loved it as an eye gloss, but this is a huge pan of eye gloss. So we are going to try and get some more usage out of it in the summertime, but I do think I am pretty close to pan on the bronzer just because I used it so dang much. And prior to, you know, pulling this into this deck of panning, I had used that bronzer quite a bit, actually. Everything else in there is really too deep for my skin, in my humble opinion, however. I do think that I'll be able to get some more usage out of this in the summertime when I am quite a bit more tan. It's just not a great, I mean, look at how fair I am. Granted, I am also, you know, sick, but I'm still a pretty, I'm a fair princess. The next one was the 9 of Hearts, which was a backup item. And for me, I don't really keep a whole lot of backups these days. I did go through my backup bins and I decluttered so much of my stuff, or put a lot of that stuff into my regular beauty collection, just because, I mean, if it's living in the backup bins, you're never going to see it nor get a chance to use it. But I do have 2 of one specific lip gloss because I love the lip gloss, and I went into my regular drawer and pulled out the one that I have open because it is one that I also have in backup bin, and that is the Lunar Beauty lip gloss in the shade Celine. This is just a really, really beautiful lip gloss. It smells like cake, it tastes like cake, and it also makes your lips look just beautiful. It's kind of this like champagne-y pink color to it. Really glossy, really beautiful. Kind of plumps the lips without being plump. It just makes them look nice and full and juicy. I did get a fair amount of usage out of it. I did get 10 uses out of it, but I do have to get 5 more uses out of it. I didn't take it with me to FLC because I knew that I would have plenty of time coming back from FLC to get some use out of it, and then this happened. So I still need to, it will carry on into this next month's deck of panning project with a need of 5 more uses. The next one was the 10 of Spades, which last month was out of control category. And for me, I have multiple out of control categories, but the 3 that are the biggest for me are lips, palettes, and highlighters. I think blushes runs a very close to highlight kind of momentum as well. But I did choose highlight. This is actually a highlight that is on my plan to pan for 2023. So I thought I'd get a good head start on it. This is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighting Duo in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. And when I pulled this in, this guy here had a little tiny bit of pan. I did challenge myself to 15 uses. I only got 10 uses out of it. That 10th use being today. I am wearing it on my cheeks. I am also wearing it in my brow bone. And I love this highlight. I don't think the remainder 5 uses is going to take me very long to finish, but that is where we are at with this today. So this also will be rolling into next month's deck of panning project. And then the last one for last month was the 3 of Spades, which was a seasonal product. And for me, I chose the Saint-Tropez Watermelon Self Tanner because I don't typically use a self tanner except for seasonally. You know, at the very beginning of the springtime when I know that I need to gear up for summertime and the tan that I might receive during the summer, but also during the winter when I am fair. This is the self tanner that I used, and because there wasn't much left, I wanted to use it up, and I was able to use the entirety of the product up. I cannot get it off of there, but I think that you guys can see that hole. There is nothing in this guy coming out. So we are empty. We are empty, and I'm so ecstatic about that. I did use the last bit of it today as I was getting out of the shower. So 3 of these products, I hit my end goal today. So we're okay with that. We're okay with that though. That is it for the products from last month and what I had rolled in. So we get to pick 4 cards because I had 6 cards or 6 items in my rotation. I am just keeping it 6 items. I'm not going to go back down to 5 just because it is what it is, and we will just keep on going as I'm going to shuffle my deck of cards with my 1 joker in here somewhere. Let's find the joker. Joker? Right here. Here is the new deck, or the new game board for this month. And as I said, Emily does randomize this every month around the 10th of the month for those that need to record it early. Looks like we have some really decent items here. I have learned a lesson not to talk about the ones that I do or do not want in this time frame where I am looking at this game board first thing just like you, because if I do that, I typically do get or don't get those items. So the number cards for every single suit do change month over month. The ones that stay the same are the face cards for both red and black. The red ace is add another product, so a +1, and the black one is a focus product. The jack is random letter generator, and the jack black is a phone a friend. Queen red is easy peasy lemon squeezy. We've had that one before, and queen black is in it for the long haul. So this would be an item that you put like 50 uses on or something like that. King red is affordable, and the black king is splurge product. And then the joker is in here because the Are You Joking card is about a product that you just absolutely do not want to work on. You have no desire to work on. And I really have thought about a couple of things in my collection that I really would have absolutely no desire to work on, to potentially put into this as my joker item. But so far, so good. I have been lucky. So I have shuffled the cards about 8 times. I am now going to cut the deck a couple of times. Let's just pull some out of the middle here and pull them up to the top, and then pull some out of the middle and pull them up to the top, and then shuffle one more time. And here we go. I'm going to pull the cards, and then we'll go to the game board and we'll figure out what those cards mean. So my first card is Are you kidding me? My first card is a joker. This is a long haul item, or an item that I really don't want to work on. So here we go. Joker. There you are. Then we have the the 6 of clubs. We have the 2 of spades. And the last card is the 10 of hearts. I think I've pulled the 10 of hearts every single time we've done this. My joker item is the Are You Joking product. This is a product that I do not want to work on, so we will go find that. The 10 of hearts is an out of control category. The 2 of spades, right, is a concealer. I hate concealer. I never wear concealer. So I'm going to have to find one that I like. It's weird. And then the 6 of clubs is collecting cobwebs. Collecting cobwebs is an item that is close to expiration or neglected in your collection. All right, guys. I am going to go pick some new products. I will be right back. Here we are. I hope this is the only time I get this joker. Because I was stressed trying to pick a product for this. Okay, so for the 2 of spades, I had to pick a concealer, and I went with one of the oldest concealers in my collection right now, and that is the Urban Decay Stay Naked concealer. This is the correcting concealer, and this one is in the shade 30NN. I think that this is a fairly good match for me. It is a concealer that I don't mind using when I do pull it in to get some usage out of it. It is relatively full because I don't love wearing concealer. I am not a concealer wearing girl. But I am going to give myself 15 uses on this, just like I have been doing for all the things, because I do think that 15 uses actually is going to quite a bit challenge me. Typically, the only time I'm wearing concealer is when I'm filming, and honestly, even today, if you cannot tell, which I'm sure that you can, I am not wearing concealer. So I don't love concealer. 15 uses is going to... It's going to give it a lot more use than I think it's had in its time. There does appear to be some like windowing here, but I don't think that that's from use. I just think that that's from how it lays. in my storage containers because I really just don't use concealer. And if I remember correctly, this one is starting to have a little bit of a stink to it. So it is one of the oldest ones in my collection. 15 uses would be a good thing, and probably when we're done with that, it will need to go. The Six of Clubs. The Six of Clubs was a collecting cobwebs item, which again is an item that you neglect in your collection or something that is close to expiration. This Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, SPF 40, it does expire in October of this year. Oops, I just dropped it. So I went with the soon to expire aspect of the collecting cobwebs mindset, and I'm hoping that I'm doing that right. Because this does expire quite soon in my collection and I need to get it gone. So we are going to try to use this up. It is just a, you know, not necessarily a mini, but kind of a travel. It is 1 fluid ounce, 30 ml, so it is a decent size. But you should be using sunscreen every single day, Donna, and currently you don't have a sunscreen that you're using. So let's try and use this every single day. Let's try and use this up. That is what my goal is for this guy. The next one, it was the 10 of Hearts, and it is an out of control category. Out of control categories for me were lips, palettes, highlighters with blush as a close tie to highlighter, and I did go with a blush. The reason why I went with a blush is because I do think that I want to make this a 15 use goal on this guy as well, and then move it straight into my project pan because this is on my plan to pan for this year as well, and I need to get a good head start on it. So this is a 15 use goal as well. This is for the 10 of Hearts, which is out of control category. Blush is quite a bit of an out of control category for me. And the last card I picked was the Joker. The Joker is Are You Joking?, which is something that you absolutely have no desire to pan, and the products that I had on my thought process for products that I have no desire to pan are glitters, pigments, and lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, because I hate those things for the most part. And so I am pulling in a pigment. This is the Naked Cosmetics pigment in Mother Nature, which is really, honestly, a beautiful pigment. But I just don't, you know, typically get along with pigments all that well. I don't know how to use them entirely. This is it. If you guys can see it, it is beautiful. Initially I was thinking, oh, I can pull in like an inner corner highlight pigment. I don't know that this will make a great inner corner highlight. It is kind of deep and dark and moody, but if you put it over the top of like a black eyeshadow, or if you put it over the top of a white eyeshadow, or if you just spray it and put it on your lid, if you put it over the top of like a glitter glue, it actually transforms this to some really beautiful, beautiful colors. This is about half full. I don't want to pan this, but because it is only about half full, I do think that I could use it all the way and have a pigment out of my collection. Now that damn well scares me. I do think that there might be 2 and 2 only products that roll out next month. But so, just so that we're clear, we are going to use these guys up entirely before they can roll out. This one, because it's my Joker product, we are getting 15 uses out of these guys. And each one of these, I need 5 more uses on before I can roll them out. So those are my 6 products for Deck of Panning. Yay me for getting the Joker. I was really hoping I'd make it all year without getting the Joker, but this is why I don't talk about things before I pull them, because honestly, I didn't want concealer. I didn't want out of control category because I already have a highlighter in here. I didn't want collecting cobwebs. I didn't want any of the cards that I got, but here we are. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please, please subscribe. I would love to welcome you into my YouTube fam. I hope that you and yours are doing well. I hope that you all are staying safe and healthy and getting along as best you can out there, and that you are all loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.